So as Nikki says, you only live once with MIA Soul and MIA Magazine. And we're at the 29th Annual American Black Film Festival in Miami Beach. And y'all, the weather behaved tonight for the grand opening. So I'm looking forward to so many different programs this year. Definitely looking forward to speaking to Mara Brock Akil. Now, she is the creator of Forever that premiered on Netflix. And y'all, I was so hooked to that series, and I have so many questions I want to ask her. And y'all, I heard Ashanti and Nelly, they're going to be premiering some reality TV show as well. Let's see about that. And also, this year, we're going to be highlighting and remembering a legacy Black love story, Love Jones. So we know that Nia Long and Lawrence Tate, they are this year's brand ambassadors. So y'all, who don't love a Love Jones movie? Okay, a legacy. It's almost 30 years, I think, since Love Jones came out. So y'all, this year is going to be spectacular again. So many Black creatives, so many storytellers, so many directors, and so much networking. Stay tuned.
Hi, everyone. My name is Cassandra Freeman, and you're watching MIA Soul.
So I've been hooked since Being Mary Jane and Girlfriends. That story just resonates with me and my girlfriends.
Yes.
Like, I just get goosebumps. And now Forever just came out.
You have no idea who I am, do you?
And it focused on teen love. I binged it in one day. I was so hooked to it. So I went to Instagram and I spoke about it. I was so hyped about it. There were a few comments, but a few comments was from parents, and they were like, oh my God, there was so much intimacy as far as the teens and those scenes. I would not have my kids or my teens watch that particular, those series. So my thing is, what do you recommend? Would it be like an icebreaker to parents and guardians to sit down and watch the series with their teens?
What I will say is each family has to determine what is right for their family. What I do know, though those are a couple comments and people are challenged by the intimacy, that's fine. But what I do know is that children are curious and someone needs to tell them the truth. I believe that Judy Blume did that for me when I read the book in 1982. And I appreciated knowing I wasn't ready to have sex at that young age, but I knew that it could possibly be in my near future, and I would like to understand what it is and what it could be. At some point, our children need the conversation, so whether they're ready for it now or later, I'm happy that it exists. I'm happy that there is something to help someone have a conversation starter. I'm also hearing different things. I'm hearing that a lot of parents are very happy to have it because it is an opportunity for them to have the conversation. I've actually also heard that it is an opportunity where people are finding out some challenging things. And then families are able to respond in a way that's healthy for the child. Like I've even heard a family has gone back and gotten therapy when they found out something that the show allowed them to enter into a very tough conversation. And if that is the best thing I know that art can do, is to create conversation. We don't have all the answers, and I'm not even trying to pose the answers in Forever, but it is a conversation starter about the real need to make space for our young people to have their rite of passage. They are curious about it, whether they do it or they don't. Their feelings are just as important as their sexual exploration. Their future is just as important as their emotional exploration, and they deserve all the room to have all of that and have fun.
And have fun.
And have
They're
fun.
Curious.
And learn how to communicate in challenging times.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So what are some love stories that you're hungry to tell about that the industry has not yet made space for?
Oh, that's everything I do is going to be rooted in love and relationship. And so I'm always, I have a plethora of storytelling, the buddy comedy, I don't even want to get into the list of it. It's just that everything I do is about love and is about relationship.
Well, thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The iconic actor himself, from Broadway to blockbuster on the big screen, Blair Underwood, y'all. 1996. 96 was when I was first introduced to Blair Underwood in Set It Off, y'all. And when I saw Set It Off, I was like, yeah, you know what? He got something really special about him. So he spoke about just being 61 years old and just the longevity in Hollywood and being a Black actor, and also just aging along as well in the entertainment industry. So y'all, we are here with Blair Underwood. Now, you have starred on Broadway in blockbuster movies. What keeps you grounded in this industry where image is often overshadowed by substance?
That's easy. Family.
Family.
Faith in God and family.
Okay.
That's the foundation. That's the root of the way I was raised, the way I've continued to live my life, and that's where the value is.
Because it's so hard being in this industry and keeping honest and true to yourself and not have to succumb to other ways to make it in the industry. And you've been the epitome of keeping everything real and also being disciplined at the same time.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
So you have a project called One Spoon of Chocolate? Yeah. So it's a thriller action by the Wu-Tang Clan member RZA, right? So
Yeah.
what drew you to that role and how did you prepare for that role?
Oh, man. First of all, it was RZA. The fact that I respect his game in the music industry, but also as a filmmaker and a storyteller, as executive producer and writer and whatnot. So I was excited to work with him. I love the story. I love action adventures. I haven't done a lot of them. I don't do a lot of the action. That's all Shamik Moore. He's the lead in the film. But it's a great film. I talked to somebody who was here in Tribeca. I don't know if you saw it. We just premiered in Tribeca.
Okay.
Yeah,
I saw that, yeah.
You saw the movie?
Not the movie, not yet.
Oh,
but
you need to see it.
Is it out in
No, it's
theaters?
not out yet.
Oh,
When
okay.
it comes out.
Okay,
When it comes out,
awesome.
y'all got to check it out.
And what's your beauty regimen? I mean, listen here, you're the big 6'0", so what's your secret? You know what I'm saying? Because
Almost 6'1".
6'1".
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Well, what's the
I
secret?
don't have no secret. Listen, my wife keeps me young.
Okay, awesome. Good answer.
But it's real. But it's real though. But that and also stress. Less stress.
Less stress, awesome.
By that I mean, look, you can't affect what's coming at you, but you can affect how you respond to it.
How you control it, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, Blair, thank you so much.
All
Nice
right.
to meet you, and we'll see you on the panel talk.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. So MIA Soul here. We are at the 29th annual ABFF in Miami Beach, and y'all, it is so lit this year. So many filmmakers, so many creatives, so many networking. Y'all, guess who was here? Michael Jai White with this movie called Trouble Man. If y'all have not seen that film, you have to see it. But we're going to a commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
In Miami-Dade, it's always that time of year, mosquito season. And they're an ongoing danger for our community. To protect yourself this season, follow these simple steps. Drain all standing water around your home and perform weekly checks on areas that accumulate regular buildup. When outside, make sure you cover up as best as possible. Finally, never forget to use repellent on skin and clothing.
Dude, your mom is so weird. I know.
Together, we can fight the bite and keep our community safe.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. Two powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. Get your crew. You don't want to miss this. Lock in your seats now at orangeblossomclassic.com.
Miami-Dade is filled with dreams, talent, love. At the Children's Trust, we are dedicated to nurturing the potential of every child and family with hundreds of trust-funded programs. Find a program at thechildrenstrust.org.
I grew up down here in South Florida, so for me, it's a little bit more personal.
For the Mesman and Dover Law Firm, it's about community.
For us, South Florida's our home. You all are our people.
Our family. Our future.
The difference we'll make for you, your loved ones, your kids, matters. Because to us, it's personal.
If you need us, call us 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
That's 866-954-6673. Demesman and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com.
Help comes in many forms. As a Miami-Dade County bus operator, you can help your community, help those in need, and even help yourself. Operators have the opportunity to earn more than $50,000 a year plus built-in overtime, earn more than 13 paid holidays and vacation days, and take advantage of the tuition reimbursement program. Plus, qualified new drivers will receive a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Become a driving force in our community. Apply now at miamidade.gov/busdriver.
And welcome back. Again, Nikki with MIA Soul, y'all. So again, we are at ABFF, the 29th annual ABFF in Miami Beach, and there's so many programs, so many screenings to attend. We have so much to share, so much is coming your way. Welcome back. Let's go. Well, you know what? Ally is a big sponsor of ABFF. They had a really special dinner tonight. and they invited the Black Girls Film Camp to be a part of it. And it's an organization that helps young girls in the film industry to kind of tap more into their creative side and to give them more exposure within the film industry. And it's a nonprofit, but big stars like Megan Good has been a prominent figure behind this organization. And I had a chance to sit down with the organizers and learn more about what they're doing and how they're helping these young girls tap into their creative side.
Girls Film Camp.
Black Girls Film Camp. The name sort of speaks for itself.
An innovative initiative providing high school Black girls across the U.S. to pitch, develop, and produce their own short films.
I am Nikki with MIA Magazine, MIA Soul, and we are celebrating the American Black Film Festival, the 29th annual Black Film Festival. And I was invited to a really nice dinner by Ally Financial. And I learned about Black Girls Film Camp, and these are the two founders right here. Yeah. So tell us your name.
Sierra Davis.
And?
Dr. Jamaica Anderson.
Okay, so what was the inception? How did this camp come about?
Yes, well, I would say it came about while I was doing research on that PhD and just seeing the disparities with representation in media with Black girls. I was doing a lot of writing and getting invited to write book chapters and all the things in academia. And I said, I don't want to just write about it. I want to be a part of the solution and closing the gap in representation behind the camera. And that's all that as the root. Because if we have more representation behind the camera, it's going to open up doors for more diverse stories and more diverse representation from those that we see in front of the camera. And so that was the inception of the idea. And then I just connected with a lot of my relationships I had nationally in the industry. And it really snowballed, really, that it's free. It's all free. It's free. So you're getting a professional. Do you know another program as a teenager where you're going to get a professional cinematography in the industry, shooting films that might be on TV, and you're getting a professional editor? We have Emmy Award winning editors that are part of our organization working on your teen project. You know what I mean? And it's free. And then they get equipment. Sony has been one of our sponsors. They get cameras that are valued at $2,500 plus, equipment package, and it's the key. And so it's an investment into them as well. And so
how can they sign up? Like, how do these girls sign up to be part of the program?
Yes, so we open applications in the fall. So usually around October, applications open, and they're open for a month. And then so you apply, and then you get selected to do an interview. And then from that, we narrow it down and take the top 10 each year.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
What y'all are doing, you are showing that you are helping the youth to tap into their creative side. A lot of funding have been wiped away from public schools, and so this program will help them tap into that part of their gifts and their talents, you know. So, and thank y'all so much. It's great meeting y'all. I know the food is served right now. We can smell it. I'm not gonna hold y'all up any much longer. All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. Thanks.
I'm Kathy Fernandez, and you're watching MIA Soul.
All right, y'all. So I'm here with Katy Fernandez. She is Senior Director for Head of Development for ESPN. How are you doing today?
I'm great. It's so amazing to see you. I love this fit.
You know, I was trying to channel my inner Hillary because Belair was here earlier and she wasn't here. So I'm like, you know what? I'll be here for today.
No, you're working it. Okay. You are working it. I love it.
Thank you very much. So your first time at ABFF?
This is my second time.
Oh, your
I
second
love
time?
this festival.
Okay, awesome. So let's get right into it then. I have a few questions. So how do you ensure that underrepresented voices and communities are authentically portrayed in ESPN's documentary work?
I think honestly, it's all about the right team. For us, it's so important to make sure that when we're selecting stories, the filmmakers are also a reflection of that story or understand the backgrounds in which those stories live in, right? Because if not, you're missing essential parts of that, right? The context they won't understand it, the background. So for us, it's part of our green light process. It's part of our decision-making process. And selfishly, as an Afro-Latina, I want to make sure that we stay rooted in the community, and ABFF and festivals like this allow us to do that.
So how do they submit or even find out how to submit their documentaries?
That's a great question. So one of the things that I love about ESPN is that we actually have an open submission process, which means that I've gotten pitches of people in an elevator. Someone once pitched me a story and we greenlit it. We ended up doing the project and moving forward. Traditionally, though, it comes through an agent, a production company, or the talent themselves approaching myself or the wonderful team that I work with. It's not just me. I have leads across every category format, and we do a lot of listening. And from there, we try to figure out what are the best stories for our business.
And that's awesome. That's awesome. In what ways has ESPN expanded its approach to development to reflect the evolving cultural conversations in Black culture within Black storytelling?
I mean, honestly, I feel like ESPN has done a really good job at reflecting it. I mean, just look at the sports landscape and who we're servicing. We've done stories from the amazing Serena Williams to we're going to be telling Brittany Griner's story next year. And so for us, we've been in this space, and our goal is to continue to double down and stay committed, not just because we want to do it out of the desires of our hearts. Of course, I want to do it because I care. I do it because it's a reflection of our business.
Yeah. And so we're in 2025, and the millennials, Gen Zs, now the Gen Alphas, like, how are you speaking to, there seem to be more acceptive of cultural changes. So how's ESPN beginning to shift that narrative to target those audiences?
Okay, I don't know if everyone knows this, but ESPN actually has the #1 brand on TikTok and on social settings. So people are consuming in those spaces, and we're really reaching them authentically there. And that's part of our filmmaking process as well. The rollout strategy for our social channels is just as important as how we're communicating the film itself on the theater and festivals on our networks.
Oh my God, I had no idea. TikTok, y'all. Okay. All right. So as a Latina executive, how do you navigate leadership in a space that's still growing in diversity? And how do you use your platform to champion inclusion?
I mean, I would say that because I was born in the Dominican Republic and coming from a country that's not, this one, it allows me to think about our stories more globally and in a different way. So honestly, I say the things, I say the uncomfortable when they're needed. For the most part, it's well received. I have amazing supportive leaders that believe in what I'm saying, and it's usually grounded in something larger than just me, but us.
And you feel like you could be your authentic self. You don't have to code switch or pretend to be corporate or it's a man's world. Like, you can be your authentic self.
I start all my emails with hola because Spanish is my first language. Honestly, when people are walking into my meetings and we have a couple of minutes, I'm playing music, everything from Bad Bunny to, Romeo Santos. When I was 23 and I was at Hulu, I made a promise to myself and I said, I want to have a really long career in this industry, and you can't do that if you're not yourself. And I don't want to forget who I am. So therefore, I show up every single day as I am. And that's worked out well for me. And I hope that also allows for younger executives and for more people to feel like they can be their full selves in the workspace. I think when you do that, your work, it shows in your work.
Of course, yes. All right, y'all, so I'm here with Deidre Wilson. She is Senior Director of Talent Acquisition for ESPN. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing pretty good. So you were moderating the panel talk today.
Yes, with my colleague, Kati Fernandez. We're going to talk about diversity in storytelling, what it means to have representation, why that's important, why we care.
Okay,
yeah,
awesome. So with such a strong emphasis on cultural authenticity in ESPN's content, how does that influence how you hire behind the scenes?
Sure. I mean, even for behind the camera, we care about storytelling, the depths of people's stories. It's not one-dimensional, although we are sports media, sports-centered. There are so many stories, like, under the lines. So we really get in there. We try to hire people who have diversity of thought, folks who kind of spread across the sports. We're NBA, we're basketball, we're football, all of it. So
it's a melting pot of sports.
That's right.
How is ESPN working to create more access points for emerging Black creatives or talent from underrepresented communities?
Yeah, I think just us being here today, we're trying to bring the brand awareness. We're trying to make sure that, the little events that, local events that maybe folks don't know about, that we show up, although we're a bigger brand. So, yeah.
Okay, y'all. So MIA Soul here. We are at ABFF 2025, and there is so much going on. There is so much to bring your way. We're going to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
In Miami-Dade, it's always that time of year, mosquito season. And they're an ongoing danger for our community. To protect yourself this season, follow these simple steps. Drain all standing water around your home and perform weekly checks on areas that accumulate regular buildup. When outside, make sure you cover up as fast as possible. Finally, never forget to use repellent on skin and clothing.
Dude, your mom is so weird. I know.
Together, we can fight the bite and keep our community safe.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. 2 powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched, the culture undeniable, the vibes straight HBCE. Get your crew. You don't want to miss this. Lock in your seats now at orangeblossomclassic.com.
Miami-Dade is filled with dreams, talent, love. At the Children's Trust, we are dedicated to nurturing the potential of every child and family with hundreds of trust-funded programs. Find a program at thechildrenstrust.org.
I grew up down here in South Florida, so for me, it's a little bit more personal.
For the Mesman and Dover Law Firm, it's about community.
For us, South Florida's our home. You all are our people.
Our family. Our future.
The difference we'll make for you, your loved ones, your kids, matters. Because to us, it's personal.
If you need us, call us 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
That's 866-954-6673. The Mesman and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com.
Help comes in many forms. As a Miami-Dade County bus operator, you can help your community, help those in need, and even help yourself. Operators have the opportunity to earn more than $50,000 a year plus built-in overtime, earn more than 13 paid holidays and vacation days, and take advantage of the tuition reimbursement program. Plus, qualified new drivers will receive a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Become a driving force in our community. Apply now at miamidade.gov/busdriver.
And welcome back, y'all. We are at ABFF 2025. There is so much to learn. So many creatives want to tell their story within our community. You know what? There's so much more to unpack. Come on with me.
Hi, everyone. My name is Cassandra Freeman, and you're watching MIA Soul. So, I wish to create a legacy where we are represented.
I think it's time you take the gloves off, babe. Right, Carlton?
Carlton!
You need to watch your mouth. Maybe I am on the wrong team.
We can't be friends anymore.
We can't do this to you.
Fight for your principles.
I have anxiety trying to fit into this goddamn Bel Air bubble. We all need to step up. You got any Jeffrey wisdom?
None that you want to hear.
All right, y'all. So I'm here with Carla Banks Waddles, and your last name is Banks. And you're the showrunner for Bel Air. So is that like no coincidence or no pun?
Purely coincidence, but I also think it was fate. It was probably meant to be that I'm a part of the Banks family.
Yes, definitely. So what does Black opulence mean to you beyond luxury, and how is that layered into the characters' journeys?
I would say it means more than just wealth. It means more than just, and the message that we try to get across is that it's more about, it's not about just the cars and the clothes and the money and the beauty. It really is just about freedom and what privilege gives you, the freedom that it gives you, especially for the young characters on our show. I think the privilege to dream and be who you want to be beyond your circumstances. And I think that's really what it's about. It's just the freedom, not so much about the material things.
Material things, yeah. Well, thank you so much, Carla. Nice to meet you, and we'll see you on the panel talk. Thank you. Bye. All right, y'all. So I'm here with Cassandra Freeman. She plays Aunt Viv on Bel Air. How's it going?
It's fantastic. You can't help but be happy when you're in Miami and ABFF. Okay, that's love on love on love.
And it's not raining outside, so it's shiny and sunny outside, y'all. Period. Yes. So let's get right into my first question. How has playing a woman of power and grace with a wealthy Black household challenged the usual narratives we see about Black motherhood or womanhood?
I like to think that Aunt Viv is not necessarily powerful. You see a woman becoming. If you watch the first season, the second, third, she started off as like a blueprint of like a Michelle Obama, who then leaves the political eye, gets back in touch with her artistry, that then gets back in touch with her voice, that then gets back in touch with her sexuality, that then gets back in touch with like the next phase of her life, which is the fourth season. So it's a woman of power, but it shows you that to be powerful is actually be vulnerable, to keep growing, to have a growth mindset. That is what Aunt Viv is.
She has evolved. I've seen all seasons and I've seen the transformation, and so right on.
Yeah. Like who she is in the third season is not, it don't even look like the same.
That third season was a little spicy. All right. All right.
Yeah, it's perfection.
All right. So when you leave the screen, your hairstylist, your drip, like, we're going to miss your drip, your different hairstyles. Like, how are we going to get that back?
Girl, it's not going to stop. First of all, anybody who follows me on my Instagram knows I'm constantly playing with my hair.
Yes.
I mean, I have people who follow me on my Instagram just to see me do my hair and makeup because it is such, I have a 6-year-old. So I'm always like, can I do this in 15 minutes? How fast can I do things? So there would be more of that. And actually I have a partnership coming up too that will like spotlight, fashion and hair even more.
I love that. Yeah, just the black hairstyles. You're Afrocentric.
Because like this humidity here, she went.
Oh, no. Not in Miami Beach. No.
No. So someone had to come through and it was like, we're going to match your hair and make it a little bit, Listen, I think that's why Black women, we all know. I feel like we're like in this great sorority and it's like, girl, how did you do your hair today? What was the trick? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very fun. So no, there's still more to come in that.
All right, y'all. As Nikki says, you only live once with MIA Soul. And we are here back at ABFF 2025. Today was so memorable. We had a chance to speak to the cast of Bel Air on Peacock. And y'all, it is the last season. Season 4 is the final season. It is so bittersweet. But the cast, they're in high hopes. And they told us that season 4 is going to be even bigger and better. So Aunt Viv was there, Uncle Phil, Carlton, and also the showrunner, Carla, she was there as well. So they gave us, not too much, but they did kind of preface that season 4 will be the biggest season of this year. Also, we had a chance to catch up with a few ESPN executives. They were just talking about ESPN being the voice of those who are underrepresented within the Black community. And peep this, the executives are women of color. All right, so wait until y'all see that interview. And then lastly, y'all, today is the big day, 1997. Let me see. Do you remember these songs? They say I'm hopeless, like a penny with a hole in it. Okay, I think y'all may have caught on to that. Love Jones. Yes, so Nia Long and Lorenz Tate, y'all, they are closing out ABFF, talking about the memories and the legacy of Love Jones and the impact it left on our community and Black love. So y'all, it's been great. There's been so many creatives and connecting and learning and just storytelling. So again, I'm Nikki Says YOLO with MIA Soul. Y'all keep it locked. Hello, Nia and Lorenz. I'll make it really, really quick. Nikki with MIA Soul right there. Yes. First of all, they say I'm hopeless.
Oh, man.
Like a penny with a hole in it. All right, y'all. So, Black love, what does it mean to you right now in the current chapter in your lives versus when the film was made?
Connection, safety, children, responsibilities, expansion.
Yeah.
My reality, Black love,
Yeah. All right.
MIA Soul.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We'll see you downstairs.